Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we have a lot of work ahead of us. So we're going to go ahead and tick forward. We need to bank up cash. We do have an invention available. And we are immediately going to grab, I think, veteran reassignment? Yes. So we're going to continue to work down our discipline here. That's the overall concept there. But foundries are now available. So, to that end, we're going to sort by increased research. And we're just going to start building foundries. This is going to be a very, very big deal for us. This will increase our income. This will increase our research. It's just going to be very good. We're also going to want to start building some, what are the top level ships called again? Megapolaremes. They're not super expensive, but we don't have the right military tradition. Right. Okay, so the right military tradition is what? Let's go into our traditions here. Traditions would help. Traditions. Am I dumb? I can't remember where traditions are. Why can't I remember where traditions are? I think it's in here. Yes. Okay, so Persian Rural allows us to go down this way. That's horse archers. Unlocks the Levantine tradition groups. Okay. What about the Persian traditions? Reform of the Navy into disillusioned masses. Yeah, I'm guessing it's a specific tradition. And actually, let me look it up. That's probably something I should have done before this, but Megapolaremes. What tradition is required? Well, let's see here. That on the wiki is not helpful. Okay. Certain military traditions, yeah. Only certain countries get them. Phrygia is one. Okay, so we're probably not going to be able to make those. So we're going to need to make the Octiers instead. So these are going to be the best ones available. And they're actually a little bit faster, so I guess that's okay. We'll go ahead and build one here, and I'm going to build one here as well. Requires port level 5. We don't have port level 5 yet? Correct. Okay, so we need to build a port here. So we need a little cash for that. We do need a new governor up over here. That's something we can definitely do. So we're going to put in this gentleman. He immediately flipped us off of religious conversion. How rude. To that end, because we just put him in, let's go check on our administration and sort by religious unity here. And this one should be moved over to religious conversion as well. So should this one. But we can't because it's too disloyal. Yeah, that's that one. Actually, no, we lack the political influence. Okay, so that's as good as we're going to get for now. Cool. I mean, we're doing pretty well on religion. To the point where we might want to think about swapping from doing religious conversions and just relying exclusively on Zoroaster to do those conversions, and instead do cultural assimilation. That might be something we want to think about doing. Another thing I want to think about doing is building a port over here. Citizens have raised us 350 gold. That's nice of them. We're going to immediately put that into a foundry. Beautiful. Those foundries are, of course, incredibly important to us. And we do have a lack of commander on these navies. That's to be expected for the moment. Now, these are currently 32, the size of these navies that we're going to need. And I would like to think about perhaps getting another army in our first legion. We don't really have the capacity for that at this time. Not at all. We would need this to go to 96. So that's going to be a bit, for sure. That's definitely going to be a bit. But I think the highest priority for us right now is building the foundries. I think that's a higher priority than building the ships. I just want to get the navies started here. So we're going to continue building foundries. As soon as this port is done, we're going to build one more octareme here. Or rather, octier here. And that's going to be built here in just a moment. This port will be done in 15 days. The Mauryan Civil War has ended. They are always in a civil war, it feels like. Okay. We have a lot of investment that we want to do. There's no doubt about it. So we're going to build here. This is a settlement. This feels like this should be the city, or the capital here. The loyalty is not high enough to do that, so that's okay. Now we are going to have rebellions in a while. That's okay too. We are completely and totally fine with that. So a foundry, once our next income comes in... Oh, actually we have to wait 2 month ticks for a foundry. They keep moving the capitals outside of cities whenever they rebel. It's very rude. I wish they'd stop. Just stop. But alas, that does not seem to be their goal. That's fine. We're going to bank up some political influence for the moment. We're, of course, going to build a foundry quite soon. Yes, now we can build a foundry, and we definitely will do that as soon as possible. Plus 0.51 research there. I like it. So, I mean, this is a pretty sizable increase. Like, one of those was over 0.5%. That's a big deal. That's a really big deal. Now, we do definitely want to go down oratory, down into scientific patronage and sponsored research. That's very, very important, but that's a long ways away. We need to have all of this to get espionage. We're probably better off going for hierarchy of responsibility, actually. Okay, the deployed tribune, it has died. That's okay. We don't mind. We're going to have a lot of disloyal provinces, but we should be able to crush them pretty quickly. So Caucasian Iberia is going to be the first one to rebel. I'm going to go ahead and send the 2nd Legion up over... stop bickering. I'm going to send the 2nd Legion over here. We shouldn't need more than one of these legions. There is a civil war brewing, and that is mostly because of Artashes Oraduni, this jerk. We're actually going to bribe him. No problem. Cool. So that'll be fine. That's a city there. Sure. Now we've kind of ignored... Get out of here, you jerks. We've kind of ignored this, and that's because that will bring us into conflict with the Seleucid Empire. Our experiences with Rome were certainly illuminating, but the Seleucid Empire has more pops than Rome does right now. So we need to be choosy on when we attack the Seleucid Empire. I definitely want to. Do we have a CB? Yeah, we do. So I definitely want to attack the Seleucid Empire. Now is absolutely not the time for that. So that's definitely something to consider. So our province disloyalty is going to mean that Colchis is going to rebel 15 months after Caucasian Iberia. That's fine. That's completely and totally fine. I think we're going to... I was thinking... Oh, we're on max army maintenance right now. We should drop that to minimum. And fort maintenance as well. That will save us a lot of money and increase our happiness, which should delay this a little bit. I'm not sure if I did that before or after the month tick. I'm not sure if this is updated or not. We'll check after this month tick. Well, it must have, because 38.9. That's a lot more money. Keep in mind, we're at minimum taxes right now. Like, we're literally at the minimum taxes. And we're making this much money. It's insane. There's a hostile siege on us. Barbarians. Okay. I mean, it's not ideal, but barbarians are going to do what barbarians are going to do. For right now, I'm not too worried about it. Not too worried at all. I do want to make a foundry, and that will be in Mediana. We can now call down Zoroaster, and so we shall. 5 pops convert. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, looking again at our administration here, our lowest religious unity is 18%. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Culturally speaking, apparently I can't click on that. There we go. Culturally speaking, things are a lot slower for us right now, and we do need to work on our culture. So I think as we replace positions, I think we're going to switch these over. 58. For now, I do want it to get to 50% with religious conversion. I really, really do want it to get to 50%. So technically this one should be flipped, but I think 49% is probably close enough. We'll let Zoroaster take care of that. Beautiful. So as these get to 50%, that means that the integrated pops becomes a lot easier. So if we sort by this and we find locations that are not integrated, but have more than 50% state religion, this is where we want things like this, the cultural assimilation here. Now this is going to rebel soon, and we do need a governor over here. So we'll put in this guy. We need a governor over here as well. We'll put in this guy. Cool. When is this rebellion going to happen? 13 months. Okay, so we've got some time yet. That's okay. And where are we going to build our next forge? Becomes, or rather foundry, becomes the question. Well, the answer is in Gazric. All we're interested in right now is this research. That is the major thing that we're interested in. Cool. So we're up to 106% research efficiency. That's a big improvement. But remember, we can go up to 150. So that's definitely... There's space for additional improvement here, for sure. There's a civil war brewing, and who is this? Kashik or Aduni? This jerk, the governor of Assyria. I'm going to bribe him and give him free hands. That'll boost his corruption, and we may be able to bring him to trial later. Who is this guy? He's a researcher, and I actually want him to continue researching if he's got sufficient skill. So that is this gentleman. He's only 80%. We could replace him. Untiring devotion, huh? Just 3 free stability. I like it. Cool. So that'll further delay some of these rebellions. But Caucasian Iberia is going to rebel in 11 months, pretty much no matter what. That's okay. We're completely fine with this. We are up over 40 gold per month. And we're going to hold ceremonies across all of it, I think. That's a lot of conversions. It does put us negative in cash. That's true. Our oratory advance is advanced. And let's see here. I wanted to continue working down this way. So 5% more discipline here. That's beautiful. And then we're going to go grab this heavy infantry discipline over here. Beyond that, we're not really putting too much into the martial tree at this moment. Because we want to get into the oratory tree and start heading down this way. It's a long ways away, no doubt about it. But we do want to do that. As far as the religious tree goes, I'm pretty happy with our religious situation. So I think our next target is indeed this extra 20% research. That's going to be the goal there. So that's excellent. Pop cap will also be handy to have around, and change governor policy cost will be good too. I mean, that's definitely something that we're very interested in. And we don't need both of these. We need one of. Got it. So yeah, we're probably going to go down census data, and then we have to go to summitry. Extended diplomacy is going to be necessary. But then the question is... Okay. I mean, that's a lot of gold. We lost stability, but... That's a lot of gold. He really didn't need to do that. We were going to be out of debt very soon. But we strong-armed some people, and that made them unhappy. We have a lot of tyranny at the moment, and we should probably consider dropping that tyranny. Yeah, that's going to take time. Is there an interaction for dropping tyranny? That's war exhaustion. So, no. Okay. Good to know. That's fine. We're going to build a couple of foundries, and those are, of course, going to continue to be in locations that will give us good amounts of research points. This will actually get us some stone, too. Not bad. And some taxes. Sure. Quite pleased with that. Quite pleased indeed. So, our advances are going up, and I did want to actually look up if there was an advance cap. So, let me actually check that. Imperator advance cap. Technology. There is no cap in the maximum level of advances that can be achieved, though ahead of time penalties will effectively give a soft cap. Okay, so are we ahead of time right now? We are. We're 23 years ahead of time in Mill Tech, and we are 39 years ahead of time in Oratory Tech. hilarious. But we're going to continue focusing on that. We are ahead of time, but that's okay. Now that I know that there is no cap to that, we are absolutely going to continue pushing ahead. Excellent. I mean, we're still researching these quite quickly, right? This is only a few years in between. So that's really not bad. Really not bad at all. And this does, of course, increase our morale, as well as our maintenance cost, but that's not that big of a deal. Pop cap and global monthly food modifier, that's always great. Country civ level, yeah, that's good. And omen power? Okay, sure. Now there's Caucasian Iberia rebelling. We knew that this was coming. So we're going to hop on in over here. Apparently we have no leadership here. Okay, we're going to add another commander here. It'll be this gentleman. And he's not great at the job, but he'll head on in. Cool. Now we are at low maintenance. We don't need to be at higher maintenance, so against these guys. This will be fine. We stack wiped them, and then we're going to grab this. Our high priest died, and so we'll need a new high priest. This guy is the best for the job, so we'll put him on in. Parthian hordes, huh? Sensing a moment of weakness, the hordes of the Yuji wastes have descended upon the Seleucid lands, that's up here, as a pack of wolves would savage a lamb. The attack came without warning, with Magas Basilius and Antiochos being amongst the first casualties, having been touring the border region when the attack came. Seemingly not content with this apocalyptic turn of events, the nobles of the Seleucid realm have turned on one another, squabbling to determine a legitimate successor. Will the Titan of the East fall to ruin? This is not woe. I'm very happy about this. Very happy about this. So the Parthians are attacking over here. For now, that's not a concern for us. We are going to want to attack the Seleucid at some point. I still don't believe that this is that point. But we're going to keep an eye on that situation. Now, we're sieging over here, and that will be done eventually. Not for a little bit. I do want to build additional foundries, and Tanais will be a fantastic place to build that. 14%. Okay. So we're making decent progress over there. We are capped on our manpower right now, which generally means that I do want to go to war. Now, we are also potentially targeting Sequania up here. What is Rome up to? It feels like they've been just kind of stalling out over here. They could easily expand this way. Cut off Carthage a little bit. Oh, our siege is won. Okay. So we're going to head on in over this way. And this war should be over incredibly quickly. Now we are going to have additional rebellions. Colchis in 10 months. So we'll prepare for that. That is, of course, going to be... Western Roman dictatorship wants gold. No, we don't care. I'm not going to give it to him. Okay, so Colchis is, of course, this one here. So we'll prepare for that by going back over here. We're going to sue for peace. We're going to take this back. Beautiful. We don't have any AE to lose. But I don't want that culture happiness to be at 10%. So we're going to just banish them and not lose the AE. We're going to ditch this fort here. It is not necessary. Can we build a farming settlement there? Actually, yes. So we'll build a farming settlement there, and this will then need to be on cultural assimilation. Beautiful. So there we go. Next up is, of course, going to be Colchis rebelling soon. That is going to be right here. And we're just going to position in this city and head on in when we are good. So that'll be fine. Of course, we are on bottleneck right now, and that is still our best bet. Now, as far as these, frontal assault and harassment are the correct, or actually close ranks also works. It's kind of rock, paper, scissors. Okay. We'll just leave it be for now. So 8 months until Colchis rebels. That will be very soon, and then these guys will rebel after. And we're unmarried. This guy's 75. So we'll just in Amatuni? That's probably not a great idea. We'll do a Vahuni. There we go. Excellent. Perfect. And the reason we don't want to do that is we've got this guy here, although I'm not sure if he's their head of house. Maybe. I don't know. We'll not care. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and build ourselves another foundry. Ooh, that's spicy. That's like over a full percent. 2.58 is ridiculous. Yeah, that's over a full percent of what we're making right now. That is insane. Absolutely bonkers. I love it. So we're going to have this in under 10 years. Yeah, we're going to continue pushing ahead of time by quite a lot. There's no doubt about that. Now, we can also grab bookbinding here if we wanted to be able to go up to 175. That's not currently an issue, but as we work our way down towards scientific patronage and sponsored research, it will likely become an issue. So that's definitely something we need to think about. Cultists will be rebelling in just 3 months here. That's obviously our primary concern at this moment. So we're going to start heading in fairly soon. They're going to rebel in 2 months. And we're going to move into Rhodopolis after this month tick. So we're going to start moving now. Okay. Now we're going to arrive in Rhodopolis. We can't really push further until we will arrive there on the month tick. So 14 May, we'll have to wait. How long exactly is that? It takes 5 days. So we'll have to wait until the... How many days does May have? I think 31? Regardless, we should go now. I thought about that too long. We're going. Fantastic. In we go. We're going to siege this. No problem. They're heading down this way. We could actually send this force up to intercept it. Sure, why not? They're actually just chilling here. Interesting decision. Ah, they're waiting on their legion. I gotcha. Okay, so we're going to build a foundry over here. Perfect. So they're at 3,500 troops. I mean, that's not very many troops, if I'm honest. We're going to move up with our legion, and... He's going to gain a bunch of light infantry? No, hard pass on that. So that does mean that this guy, who is, I believe, our Skill 14 commander, he needs to be more loyal. So we're going to head on in here. This is not going to be a problem. We're going to catch these guys. That's going to stack wipe. No doubt about it. There we go. Actually, it didn't stack wipe. Shocking. But we're just going to walk back to our posting position. Excellent. This will eventually fall. We're at 35%. And what are we at right now? +3 from our engineer cohorts. Now, we do have 5 engineer cohorts here. We might want to think about splitting off our engineers from our 2 legions into a dedicated siege army. It might not be a terrible idea. So we'd have 2 combat armies and a siege army. How much space do we have for that? That's quite a lot more. Okay, that's improved a lot. I wonder if that's going to change after this war. I guess we'll find out. So we're going to catch these guys. We're 91%. And this should stack wipe them easily. And indeed it did. So we're going to cap this, and then that will end this rebellion. The next rebellion will, of course, be up here. That's fine. So we're going to sue for peace, and we're going to take that. Beautiful. And this is not actually going to lose opinion. So we're actually going to take the popularity here. Excellent. So next we're going to park just right here. And I definitely do want to... Our wife died again. I definitely do want to think about... I guess we'll do this. Okay. I definitely want to think about getting a dedicated siege force. I'm not sure if we would need any infantry of any sort in that, but it would definitely be something that I'm interested in doing, and perhaps bulking these up to a slightly bigger combat width might not be a bad idea either. For now, though, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to continue constructing and continue quashing some of these rebellions. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.